Hello everyone, welcome back and good morning to you. This morning on this episode of In the Kitchen with Sharice, we're going to be doing a little bit of a Thanksgiving prep. I know this year has been very crazy for all of us, but nonetheless, we've made it to the end and we have a lot to be grateful and thankful for. So, that being said, this Thanksgiving should be very special for all of us in every aspect of our lives. So today, we're just going to be prepping for our Thanksgiving meal. Hope you can stay around to join me. So the ingredients that we'll be using to prep today are fresh garlic, red and green bell peppers, white onions. We have our ham that we're going to be preparing, a chicken for roasting. We're not doing a traditional turkey this year. We've got ginger, seasoned peppers, fresh thyme, orange, lemon, and some cucumbers. So we're going to get that all set up. Now, to begin, the first thing that we're going to be doing for this Thanksgiving prep is to make an épice seasoning. Épice is actually a Haitian word used for what we know as green seasoning. So what I'm going to do is take all the garlic, all the peppers, all the onions, we're going to put it into the blender and make a seasoning blend that we're going to use to season the chicken or your turkey if that's what you're going to be doing. But you can store it in the refrigerator for up to 1 week, and it's just packed full of flavors, and it's just delicious addition to whatever you're seasoning. So we're going to go ahead and put all these ingredients into the blender, and that's the beginning of our holiday prep. Stick around. So before we begin, I just want to take a moment out to say thank you to everyone that has subscribed to my channel. It's growing and it's really nice to have the support of all of you. I really do appreciate it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you all and keep on watching. Now before we get started with our seasoning blend, I just wanted to point out that this little plant that I have here, it's actually a piece of the moringa tree. Now I have a big beautiful moringa tree right in my front yard. The moringa is grown in very tropical places and it's very resistant to dry weather, so it can thrive in any kind of dry conditions, so it's very good for this type of environment. But what it's known for, it's good for skin and hair, for treating edema, protecting the liver, preventing and treating cancer, good for stomach issues, and for fighting against bacterial diseases. So I just wanted to give you guys that little bit of information just so you know that sometimes when you see me with my little greenery in my videos, it always has a purpose. It's always something from my yard, and it's not just for decoration. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys, okay? Let's continue. And this is the moringa tree that's in my front yard. That little pod right there is actually the moringa fruit, if you want to call it. But this is the tree that I have in my front yard. And so you can include it in many of your meals. You can blend it as part of a smoothie, or you can just eat the seeds right out of the pod, okay? All right, we're gonna head back into the kitchen now. And just on the in-between time, guys, I just finished washing all my fresh produce that I'll be needing to prepare our Thanksgiving meal. So they're in the sink, and I just gave everything a thorough scrubbing and a thorough wash. And we're gonna go ahead and set those back in the refrigerator. Okay, so now the last thing we're gonna do is finish up the second batch of our green seasoning. So I'm gonna head over to the blender and get that set up, and then we're gonna jar it and put it in the refrigerator until it's time for us to use it. And here we have it, guys. Our Epis sauce or green seasoning is now complete. Like I said before, we can use this to marinate all our meats, our pork, fish, chicken, whatever it is you're doing this Thanksgiving. Or we can use this in the base for soups and rice. It's all delicious, all good. It's full of all nice veggies, savory ones, garlic, peppers, onions, all the good things. You can put whatever you want in there. So it's now in complete liquid form. We're gonna go ahead and jar that and refrigerate it until we're ready to use it tomorrow morning once the meat thaws and it's time to season. Okay guys, so now our Epis or green seasoning is now bottled and jarred, and we're ready to put it into the refrigerator until we need it. So there we go. All right, so that's our green seasoning making. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and then we're on to the next step. Thank you so much for watching. And finally, the last step in our holiday meal, Thanksgiving preparation, our frozen meats. Usually you would do this between 48 to 72 hours ahead of time. But I didn't do that because I just got my chicken and my pork yesterday. So in an attempt to speed up the defrosting process, I've added both cuts of meat into a cold ice bath of water. Yes, I know when we think about defrosting, we think about heat, but for frozen meats, any type of frozen meat, whether it's a turkey, a whole chicken, or a pork leg, anything that you have that you want to speed up the defrosting process, you add it to a cold water bath, and this will help in the process. That way you can get your meats thawed out and get seasoning. So you do this, put it in the refrigerator, and you're all set to go. I hope you guys found this information helpful in preparing for your Thanksgiving meal. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you're new to my channel, welcome and happy Thanksgiving to you all. This includes the first stage of our holiday meal prep. I'll see you very early tomorrow morning once we start cooking. Thank you and happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Take care, stay well, be safe, And always remember, if there's anything in this world that you can be, always be kind. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.